Maybe we've been talking through the red flags in your dating partner and they're starting to add up. Or maybe I'm not really your therapist and you're just here to get my take on these audacious nice guys and nice girls. So I've got a bunch of nice guys and nice girls to react to, and I'm just gonna go back and forth because I just wanted to keep it fair. You know, this kind of person exists in every gender. A nice guy or nice girl is basically someone who thinks of themselves as the perfect gentleman or the perfect lady until something doesn't go their way. You know, usually until they're faced with some kind of rejection. And at that point, they go so far in the other direction that you're forced to conclude that they weren't that nice to begin with. This first nice guy was triggered by a post on someone's Snapchat story about guacamole. And the post says, guacamole is better than sex. And he responds, LMAO, you so obviously haven't had the right man. Allow me to change that, with a little face and an eggplant. We say, haha, no thanks. I think I'll stick with the guacamole. He says, you are one intriguing woman. You complain about being single, yet the second a nice man offers you his company, you would rather eat guacamole? Question mark, question mark, question mark. This is why you're fat. So this is a hallmark of this type of person. The second they are rejected in any way, one of their signature moves is to immediately begin insulting the person's appearance. You're so fat and ugly, I actually didn't want you in the first place. The other go-to move that I'm sure we'll get an example of soon is to immediately begin aggressively shaming the person. You denied having sex with me, therefore you're a and I'm pretty sure it comes from this like short-circuiting in their brain where they think that you're having sex with every other man and that they just aren't good enough. They usually assume it's based on their appearance and not their behavior. Therefore, you're a fucking whore because you won't have sex with them. We responded with some laughing emojis and said, I think that might be the funniest thing I've ever read. It's like you can't grasp the concept of irony. Maybe you're not as nice as you think you are. He says, you would be lucky to have me. You should be grateful I'm even talking to you. We say, you're so right. What was I thinking? I'm being so dumb. You're obviously such a nice, charming guy. When can you come over? See? And he says, wait, really? Eggplant, eggplant, eggplant? Really? Question mark, question mark, question mark? We say, fuck no, I'd rather die alone, and then take a screenshot of the chat and hopefully block this guy. Now, I know that this seems unbelievable, and maybe it is, you know, with the internet, you really can't tell when things are staged, but unfortunately, I have had enough of my own experiences with guys like this that I kind of believe it. If I wanted to subject myself to getting logged back into my Facebook, I could find so many messages that you would swear were fake, because these people just can't be real, but sometimes they are. It is hard to imagine that somebody would believe that switch up and think that we're actually propositioning them now, but some people are so painfully desperate and lack so much self-awareness that this really could happen. I like this comment that just says, nobody is better than guacamole. This next one says, I said I could call her a couple hours later than wanted. So here we've got a nice girl who I'm sure is going to have a perfectly reasonable reaction to not getting exactly what she wants when she wants it. Right, so I matched with this girl on Bumble this morning and went to work. She asked me to call her and I said I can't while I'm working. Immediately at 5 o'clock when my office day ends, she says, let's call. I say, I can later because I'm picking up a friend from the train. She immediately says, forget it then. Why do guys always lie like this? So I just ignore it and block her on WhatsApp because she gave me her number for text. 5 minutes later, I check my phone and I have this in my texts. I matched with this girl less than 10 hours ago. So she says, I can't send over the screenshot as I've deleted Bumble, but you said you could call after work. Only when work finishes do you change it. Lol, you blocked me. You tragic, dirty If you want a lady to speak to at night, then hire your mom, as she's clearly a lady of the night. Because I said I wouldn't call it night. Ha 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 ha. Is that genuinely how much of a your mother is? She's given her out to so many people that this is what she raised. Good job, mama. Go for an ugly guy, they say. They're nice, they say. Nah, they're just clapped and want easy too. Wasted my damn day replying to your boring as F messages. Damn. I don't think I've ever seen someone unironically go straight to, your mom's a whore. And that's all we got because it looks like OP did not reply, which was probably the best choice. Dang, she needs therapy. You say you're gonna talk to me later than I wanted? Your mom's a whore. These kind of blowouts from random women are rare, right? Most women y'all interact with are reasonable and emotionally mature, right? Guys, right? I had a date with a girl who talked for around 2 hours-ish, and then when I asked her if she was hungry, she said, "I think I love you." It only goes downhill from there. All right, next we've got a nice guy who reaches out after he saw our Fortnite cosplay online. "Hey, I saw your Fortnite cosplay. I'm blank, by the way. Just a nice guy trying to make some friends. Did you make your costume yourself? Don't say much, huh? Sorry, did I say something to offend you? Hello?" That's just an hour later. That's all the time we've been given to reply. We say, "Hey, sorry, I was having dinner with my family. I didn't actually make it. I borrowed it from a friend. Well, it was super impressive, especially. You don't see a lot of girls cosplay as Fortnite tunes. Do you actually play or do you just cosplay for likes?" This is like a real life, like you see a girl in a Nirvana shirt and you say, "Name 5 songs." "Yeah, I play. Just making sure because a lot of girls just cosplay characters for attention/likes." "Okay, man, have a good holiday." "You too. Is that all you're gonna say?" "Yeah. It's been a long day and I'm stuffed and I'm really just trying to unwind. So have a good night, bud." Some people just tend to be more appreciative when you compliment them. Not all, just figured you'd be a little more appreciative, especially since you claim to be a gamer. So he starts out the conversation with a bunch of unwarranted comments about how female gamers are just trying to get male attention, then expresses his frustration that this female gamer is not responding to his male attention. "Do you play PC or console?" That would explain a lot. What would that explain exactly? Because while they are two totally different camps, I'm pretty sure both are considered serious gamers. Team console over here, but I can respect a PC gamer. "Hello? Sorry if that sounded hostile." Dude, hostile doesn't begin to describe this extremely one-sided conversation. Only one-sided because someone, wink wink, you, is quiet. My life. "What? I'm teasing." We say, "Dude, stop. Thank you for your half-assed compliments, as condescending as they were. I'm trying to enjoy my night and I don't have time for your nice guy bull. I literally just tried being nice to you. I complimented your shitty cosplay. I tried making conversation. F me for trying though. You're a fake ass. Highly doubt you game. Fake ass. It's the holidays. Have some fucking cheer." That's gonna be my verbal stim this next holiday season. It's the holidays. Have some fucking cheer. "Hello? Listen, I was just trying to compliment you. I liked your cosplay and I thought we had something in common. I'm sorry if that seemed rude. I swear I'm not normally like that. I'm usually pretty normal. I've just been trying to start conversations with a few people and I'm having the worst time getting people to reply." You bring this kind of aggressive and desperate energy to a conversation and you wonder why people aren't responding. And something about the phrasing that sounds so strange to me, like getting people to reply, that's your goal. You're not trying to, like form an authentic connection, make new friends, have a real authentic experience. You're trying to get people to reply. And I don't think I'm overthinking that with the context that we have here. That is overly forceful. That's not the way human relationships work, whether they're platonic or not. This guy is doing what he can to try to manipulate people into feeling forced to reply to him. We say, "I'm sorry, that sucks." "Yeah, just kidding. Off." Fucking typical fucking bitch. "I would have blocked you sooner, but I thought you'd score me some Reddit points. Let's find out." Fucking cook bitch, Reddit, cock you. Did he self-destruct at the end? Lol. Poor Graham. He put a nice token in the coochie machine, but the stupid thing never gave him the chance he paid for. That is such a core theme at the heart of these interactions. If you're actually a nice person, you're gonna be nice to people because it's who you are and it's the way you want to move through the world. Not because then you think they kind of owe you. All right, this nice girl ghosts me and tries to come back weeks later. I don't know if it matters, but I am a lesbian, so I'm also a girl. I had been talking to this girl pretty consistently, but she would often ghost me for a few days at a time. This time, however, it had been for a couple of weeks. I posted a picture of myself to Instagram, and I guess it caught her attention, so she messaged me. My response to her, "Hey," was not supposed to be malicious at all. I'm a very sarcastic person, and I was just trying to poke light fun at the situation. But I guess she didn't catch on and decided to freak out on me. So she says, "Hey," and we say, "Girl," with a crying face. She says, "A girl can't get busy? Damn." And we say, "It's been like 3 weeks," with another crying face. "Maybe I just forgot about you. I saw you post and said, why not? Worth a shot, shawty." "Damn, okay." And she says, "Truth hurts." Thankfully, we have some self-respect and we say goodbye. And she says, "LMAO, you're funny if you think I care. You're not even worth a goodbye." What a sweet, compassionate individual. Truth hurts. Like, she's so damn important. People like that are just exhausting. Total energy vampires. Yeah, these are like the disturbing real life demonstrations of people's brains being rotted into thinking that they are the main character of everybody's lives. Anybody that writes, lol, I don't care, cares to an extreme level. Ghosting people is such a wild, in my opinion, disrespectful way to treat people. I know it's so normalized in the dating scene these days, and I've never experienced that because I've never online dated. I did fully ghost a friend once, just randomly blocked her on everything and removed her from my life, and I'm still ashamed of that. It's so embarrassing. It's so emotionally immature. The thought of ghosting someone and then trying to come back, girl, how are you not so embarrassed? All right, this next one is a nice guy that's been broken up with, and it says, I, 19 female, broke up with my boyfriend, 25 male, of 2 months, only to find out he was a nice guy. Bullet dodged. This is the last bit of our text conversation and a post he made on Instagram a couple days later. All right, so we say, please leave me alone. I already explained myself to you. And he says, no, this isn't over. I didn't agree to break up. Imagine the dystopia we'd all be living in if that's how relationships worked. If both people always had to agree to a breakup. I'm pretty sure hardly any breakups would happen. I think it's a lot more rare for it to be mutually agreed upon. Let's meet up for coffee. I just want to talk. Hey, are you ignoring me? Blank, our name. I bet you're cheating on me right now, aren't you? Answer me. Please, I just want to talk to my beautiful girlfriend. Whatever, I'm better off without you. You could never turn me on, fat pig. The whiplash of those texts being sent consecutively. I hope you get another eating disorder and die of an overdose. Oh, it's so disgusting to me. It genuinely makes my skin crawl when people weaponize mental health issues like this. Like, you have to be so sick to think that's okay. I'm going to make a missing person report if you don't respond. Come on, our name, I miss you. You can't just ignore me. What happened to communication is key. You're such a you deserve whatever happens to you. And we sent a question mark. Are you threatening me? Oh, so now you respond. Should I be worried for my safety? Not necessarily. I don't make threats. But now that I have your attention, can we please talk? Oh yes, because you seem like such a safe and reasonable person to be around. You shouldn't ignore your boyfriends. Did you tell my cousin I got into a car accident? What the F is wrong with you? My mom is crying. I just did what I had to do. Let's meet somewhere and talk. Oh my God, no, this is so wrong. I'm blocking you. Haha, okay. I guess you want me to pull a Romeo and come throw pebbles at your window. Okay, I get it. You just want me to work harder for you. I'm on my way. We say, I've filed a police report. If you come to my house, there will be consequences. Please just leave me and my family alone. The police won't do anything. I'm so nice. They'll meet me and realize I'm right. Now, this could obviously just be like a manipulation tactic, but the crazy thing is sometimes these people really have deluded themselves to that level. They've like rotted their brain with whatever incel communities they're a part of online, and they genuinely think everyone subscribes to the same ideologies. Like, I've seen some disgusting body cam footage of stalkers who are trying to plead their case to the police and being like, you don't get it. Women all love to play games. She wants me. She wants me to be stalking her, and she wants me to threaten to essay her. Obviously, you can't predict how different police officers in different jurisdictions will react, but on the surface, don't ever just believe this, because 9 times out of 10, they're completely wrong, and the police are gonna take it seriously, because a lot of the time they have seen cases like this go so wrong. All right, let's see how he plays the victim in his Instagram post. I don't even know why I even try to care about people anymore. Every time I ever even start to let myself care about somebody, I just get screwed over. I always tell myself it will be different this time. There's no way you're going to get screwed over again. Yet every time I get screwed over again. At some point, I guess I just have to deal with the fact that that's just the reason I'm here. To be used by everybody and never have anybody to care about me. I'm just used until they have nothing left to take from me, and then they just disappear, not caring what happens to me, or that each time it happens, I die a little more till there's nothing left but a shell of a person. You know what would be the perfect relationship for this guy to get into next? A therapeutic relationship with a trained professional. The problem is, of course, that we're not going to let you hold on to that identity as the victim forever. We might hear you out, we might let you present yourself that way, but at some point, we are going to push back, and we're going to start addressing the actual problems with your behavior and the reason that you're pushing everyone away. But it is a really great and powerful relationship, because even when you are doing wrong and your therapist has to kind of call you on it, we are always on your side. So you can have someone in your life that genuinely cares about you and genuinely wants the best for you, and will also call you on your bullshit and push you to do better. My ex-girlfriend kept sending me increasingly hostile messages after I broke up with her. I had to block her soon after. Hey, not to be a dick, but a guy who can't date girls his own age, there's probably a reason for that. 19 and 25 is a pretty big age gap. Be careful who you date next time. Stay safe. What 25-year-old dates a 19-year-old? Sure, it's legal, but that in itself is a red flag to me. Kinda creepy. It also brings me to believe that people his own age see that something is off, while a younger, less experienced girl may not. Exactly. And you guys already know how I feel about big age gap relationships, especially when we're talking about anybody who is like in their teens and early 20s. Like a 6-year age gap at 30 and 36, for example, is totally different than one at 19 and 25. You are just in such different developmental stages at that time that honestly it is a red flag. And so often we see those patterns repeated where there is an element of the younger person being more easily manipulated and more easily controlled. It's just so much easier for an older person to groom a younger person into becoming an inauthentic version of themselves that fits the desires of that older person. That's just really concerning. My ex-girlfriend kept sending me increasingly hostile messages after I broke up with her. I had to block her soon after. She kept finding other ways to message me, so I had to block her everywhere. It was scary. I left her about a month before the semester ended, and when I got back home from college, my parents told me that she was still texting both of them. I was hoping to just relax after that extremely hellish semester, but I returned to my parents being mad at me, saying things like, "She doesn't even know why you broke up with her, and she thinks you hate her, and she thinks you're getting back together, and you should give some people a second chance." She definitely knew everything because I know I explained it to her during the 3-hour phone call we had. Broke up over the phone because we were long distance, so in person wasn't an option. She mirrored me perfectly for the first 5 months that we were dating, and that was the happiest part of my life. I thought I had everything in place. Then she suddenly changed and everything got terrible. And she gradually made me think I was the reason why everything was going wrong. So I poured literally everything into trying to fix it. She had this pattern that I didn't notice until after we broke up. She'd pinpoint things that she knew about me, and then she'd gradually convince me that it was a terrible thing. Then she'd say something like, "Never mind, I'll just deal with it like I always do." This left me feeling extremely hateful toward myself because I really cared about her, but it also made me feel like nothing I could do would be good enough. She knew that I struggled with being sort of socially awkward, and she told me that my body language and facial expressions made me seem like I shouldn't be trusted. I still don't even know if that's true, and ever since I've been really self-conscious about it whenever I'm around other people. She accused me of cheating almost every day, which made me feel terrible. She had all these rules set for me, like if any girls sit next to you in a class, you have to switch seats. One time I was waiting at a bus stop while talking to her on the phone. She heard some woman laughing in the background and she started screaming at me because if she could hear them, then I was standing too close to them. I wish I saw the signs earlier. The joy of that first 5 months isn't worth the fear and insecurity that'll continue for years after. It still terrifies me that someone can seem so perfect and real and then suddenly they switch to being a completely different person. That relationship ended over a year ago, and that anxiety still haunts me whenever I'm meeting new people. What if a new person turns out to be more dangerous than the last? That is really sad. It makes me think of like anxious attachment, BPD possibly. And those are things that's really helpful to know about yourself so that you can get the tools to manage them and therefore keep from becoming emotionally abusive in your relationships. Okay, for this one, we've got another nice girl that can't handle rejection. We say, "I was pretty cordial with my message, blank. I'm not sure what the issue is. Plus, we only talked to each other for a couple of weeks." And she says, "Your attitude changed after I admitted it was a test. I just want you to be honest why you said no, because I don't think it's work. If it was work, why would you have signed up for the blank event in the first place?" And we say, "Yeah, it was bad judgment on my end. Like I said, I just don't think I'm ready for a relationship or anything right now and wanted to be honest." It sounds like we're trying to let her down easy. The classic, "I actually am not ready for a relationship," when you realize this one's not gonna work. Okay, I don't know if we're missing messages or just got cut off, but we say, "FaceTime calls, be for real, bro, please." And she says, "So why come to a mixer event if you didn't want anything?" And we say, "Listen, man, why can't we just part ways peacefully?" And I'd say here's where the nice girl really goes off the rails. "You're never gonna get a better chance than me. I wanna know why you threw a chance with me away. You really think you can do better than me? Do you know how many handsomer, richer, more religious, taller, etc. guys I could get if I fucking tried?" We've got a great response. "You are a princess who brutally mogs me in every aspect. I am but an insect compared to you, your majesty." Little picture of a bowing jester. "Please let my meager and humble self be your majesty." And she comes back with, You think I can't sense sarcasm? I am literally an English major and I was gonna go to law school. I love that she's genuinely thinking in her head, a woman of average intelligence might not have picked up on that sarcasm. We say, lol, listen, I said you're great, but it won't work out with me. I genuinely think there's a better guy for you out there. And I mean it, you're out of my league looks-wise. Don't worry, you're not losing much here. Way too generous. Like in some ways it is a nice approach to just kill them with kindness and keep being flattering as they're crashing out over the rejection. But on the other hand, when you have someone who is this full of themselves, I don't know if they need you stoking the flames of that ego. It is hilariously tragic when you see people who've clearly internalized the message that a woman's appearance is the most important thing she can offer and have worked so hard on that appearance to the detriment of every other aspect of her being that she's genuinely like, I'm pretty, how dare you reject me? You know what? Those are some of the hidden gifts of growing up ugly, because that's how you humble yourself and develop a sense of humor. Yeah, dummy, I know, and you seem to understand too. Still haven't answered my question though. Why did you decide it's over with me when you can't do better? And hopefully we just blocked her after that point. Bro, delete this. She's literally an English major. How could you turn her down? Right, and she thought about going to law school. You can't do better than that. Dude, she has a brochure for law school. She's seriously thinking about it. She's gonna go, probably. Did you know she is able to detect sarcasm too? She is the prize, I tell you. English major that uses words like handsomer. I think she's on to your sarcasm, man. Quote, your attitude changed when I admitted it was a test. No shit, if you're the type that gives tests, then I want nothing to do with you. Do you know how many more religious guys I can get? Is one of the odder flexes I've ever heard. I was thinking that too, like that is a really fascinating brag. Goofy, she's a goofy one. Now we have a gem of a nice guy that posted on Facebook. Using guys for friends is just as psychologically damaging as using girls for You hear that, ladies? It's so selfish of us to extend our friendship to the male population. Sounds like a literal fedora with arms wrote this, but okay. My brain is breaking a little just with the idea that you could be using people for friendship. Like if you're using them in some way, then it's something other than friendship, right? But those terms just actually don't really go together. A good friendship should be fulfilling and enriching. How can you use someone for friendship? Exactly. I want to believe that this guy was imagining something that wasn't actually friendship, because the concept of that is just so sad. Yes, how dare a woman want to be your friend without allowing you to treat her like a living light? It's really just appalling. I hate this shit so much. One of my best friends is a girl, and I've been told I was being friend zoned a million times. I don't know why it's so hard to believe that we are both happy with being friends. The only thing that made those stupid comments stop was literally getting married to another woman. On a side note, girls make a great wingman. That is so true. Do you know how much easier it is for a girl to cold approach another girl? Girl doesn't want to fuck me, then I don't want any other form of contact with her because I only saw her as a potential sex partner. Nice guy's logic. On a real note though, is there anything more disheartening and upsetting than thinking you had a great friendship with a guy and he spoke to you / spent time with you because he liked your personality and thought you were cool, only to find he actually zoned you and only wanted to sleep with you? That hurts. That does hurt. And honestly, a lot of it comes from like a deeper systemic problem of seeing women as sexual objects, as sex symbols who are just like there for the male gaze rather than as actual human beings. This nice girl was the fastest match / unmatch I've ever experienced. We said, nice to meet you. And she said, nice to meet you too. I am just getting off work. Apologies for the delay. How's your day going? It's okay. I'm about to head to work in a little bit. I hope you have a great shift. Oh wow, just noticed. You're local. That never happens. I know, I noticed that too. I'm sorry, I was trying to be nice and have a conversation with you, but it seems like you are not interested. Have a good night. And we said, what? How do you figure? Matched at 1:45 p.m., got off work at 2 p.m., then unmatched at 2:45 p.m. This person said this was a catfish. She saw the local and bailed. It could be. It could go either way because some people really are that sensitive to perceived rejection that when they don't get a reply immediately, they go in this direction. But at the same time, that is absurdly fast. Maybe something about him being local changed her mind. I call that the 40-mile donut. I want to have fun and be flirty online, but I'm worried I'll run into you at the grocery store. OP, this is a great post. No response, huh? Well, screw you then. I'm just getting off work. How's your day going? Too late. I was trying to be nice, but clearly you don't know how to prioritize or please a woman. Next. It really do be like that sometimes. One time I got a swipe back from a woman I swiped on Bumble. I had swiped her at least 7 days prior. I'm walking through the mall. I'm with my daughter. I'm attending to her. And I see some very fast notifications go by on my Apple Watch. Notification 1, Linda returns my swipe. Notification 2, Linda immediately sends a quick, hey. Notification 3, Linda says, I guess you're busy, and unmatches me. I actually don't know how you can move through the world if you're that sensitive. Some of these nice girls would really benefit from building some skills around distress tolerance. This next one is from a Facebook friend that had her boyfriend pass away. The nice guy says, hey, call me if you need anything, please, I'm so sorry. And we say, thank you. He says, anything at all, even if you just want someone to talk to. And then he says, please just know, all the BS that we have been through, I will never love the way I loved you. And we say, really not in the mood for this. You know, because our boyfriend recently passed away. Nice guy says, okay, sorry for being in love with you. Glad you look at me as such a piece of shit when you were in my life. Don't worry, we'll never text you again. We said, fucking stop or I'm blocking your number. My boyfriend just died. Do you get that? And he says, bye. Maybe if I was fucking dead, maybe you would care. Driving home, hope I die and you miss me as much. And then it looks like he might have blocked us because our next text of "f you" goes through green. What a lovely way to demonstrate that you are a reasonable, thoughtful, and considerate, eligible bachelor for this woman. What the F is wrong with people? I had a guy that my husband literally had to threaten to stop sending me inappropriate texts. Immediately resume sending them after my husband died, telling me about how I'd probably feel guilty the first time I have sex with another man. Like, what the F, dude? My husband just died. This is literally the last thing on my mind. I blocked him. It really was the best move. He was the last thing I needed to deal with. I'm so sorry for your friend's loss. It really sucks. If she needs support, r/widowers has been helpful for me. Yeah, it's hard to even fathom like the lack of empathy that would go into making a move when you know someone is grieving their partner. Like, again, it makes it sound like you really don't see them as an actual human being. You just see them as like something you can possess that now you can take your shot with. It's disturbing and it's kind of fucked up to like make your move when you know somebody is grieving and devastated. I feel like that should always be like an automatic rule out. My boyfriend just died. Do you get that? Yeah, that means you're single. Duh. That is literally the mindset. And there's just such little empathy there. It's amazing. This next nice girl is angry because of a small greeting. This girl on Snapchat friended me and asked hi just to insult me because I'm not a formal guy. Okay, so nice girl hits us with a plain and dry hi. We say, oh, hello, how are you? And she says, that's it? I thought every man was so formal, but why are you acting like a Pretty sure she's just dropping an F slur there. You're probably a guy who can't even talk properly. And you. I hope I never see you again. And we say, I thought I was talking to a person, but I see that I accidentally messaged an active volcano. My bad. What a response to a perfectly friendly Snapchat greeting. What did she want you to do? Send an email? I hope this message finds you in good spirits. She wanted a carrier pigeon, I don't know. Sends the lowest effort hi, then goes nuclear. See, these are the reasons that AI companionship is becoming more and more popular, because imagine if instead of talking to another real human being whose response is not necessarily going to match up with what you had in your head, you could just talk all day, every day to something that is programmed to attune to you and your desires and what you want to hear. Wow. That is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and I will see you in the next one.